Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Name of the channel, Project Overload. Why did I call it that? Because I'm overloaded with projects. So one of the biggest problems I'm having right now is finding a place to work on my stuff. So I own a tile company, got a furniture store up front. We got a lot going on. We rent some space to a cabinet company down there. There's a lot that goes on in this building every day. There's a forklift, there's 18 wheelers pulling up, there's stuff coming and going, Inevitably, my stuff's always in the way. So I'm gonna make a little space back here for me to do some projects. And that's what this week's video is about. This rack here is gonna become 4 shelves, 3 shelves and the floor. So we'll have room for 4 projects stacked on pallets in there. I think that's gonna help us a lot. We're gonna make an area right over here where the bags of thin set and floor mud and all are now. That area is gonna become where the projects happen. We're gonna light it a little bit better so the video's a little bit brighter. We've got all kinds of different plans that we wanna do for the space. We're gonna do, over the next 3 or 4 days, we're gonna try to make this place something cool. So let me show you real quick what some of these projects are that we're working on. So everybody knows the Lowe's tractor, right? That's the go-kart tractor. We got same tires front and back, all 4 tires the same size. We did a big pulley swap on there. Last episode on this one's a big pulley there. We got a little 3.5-inch pulley in the back. That one runs, drives, everything's great on it. We just got to finish putting it together. It's sitting on a work table, but the work table is on a ramp that goes to that bay door. It's just hard to work in this space because the floor is ramped. We got Big Earl. Big Earl's probably my favorite project. I just love the way this one's coming together. Looking forward to making some space and doing some other things with this one. Up there on top of one of the pallet racks, we've got an electric quad. So we haven't done anything with that yet, but that is going to be the next project that we get down and we start working on. Kind of hard to see him up there, but we do have a full-length go-kart frame. See where the seat is in the middle? We got all kinds of room in the back there. I believe we're going to put a jet ski engine on that one. That'll be coming soon. Over here, we've got a Honda quad frame that's sitting there. We need to do something with that one too. And then out here, we've got a John Deere. Got a really, really cool idea for this one. I think it might be the coolest project we do. So phase 1 of this project is gonna be clean out some junk. We're gonna get some stuff out of this corner here. We're gonna lay out where the wall is gonna go. I wanna start with the wall because that's where the toolbox is gonna anchor against. On the other side of the wall, I'm gonna put hooks for some ladders and some air hoses and stuff we use around here. So the wall's kind of part of the storage solution. So we're gonna start with the wall. Fairly easy wall to build, but it is gonna be 12 foot tall. So it's gonna be a little up there. I'll probably build the wall and then have a couple of my guys help me with it to stand it up. We'll get it lagged to the floor and then we'll just build a bracket that comes back to these roof trusses here to hold everything solid up there. We'll lag it and glue it to the floor here. My biggest concern actually is not the wall standing up on its own. My biggest concern is a forklift moving around here with pallets and somebody bunking it with the forklift. We're gonna overbuild this thing a little bit, just, you know, safety third, right? So let's start by cleaning out this corner. Whoop! Alrighty, so we got that corner cleaned out pretty good. I'm happy with that. It's a work zone. We don't have to paint the floor. We don't have to paint the walls. We don't have to make this thing anything, you know, fancy. We just want to designate a space where we can work. So if I look down here at the other end of my pallet rack, that comes off the wall, right the front of there, right there, is 40 inches off the wall. So what I want to do is I want to bring a board off of this piece right here. My 2x6 wall is going to come off of here this way, and I want it to be 48 inches long. So one full sheet of OSB on the back, 48 inches long, but I want it to end where that one does. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 16-foot 2x4 from this end all the way to that rack, and that is where my lights will attach to. So I can have really good overhead lights and that sort of thing. I can have a pull-down arrow line, I can have a pull-down work light, things like that. But I've got someplace to fasten it to up high, because right now there's nothing up there but ceiling. That was phase 1. Next, we're gonna zoom in a little tighter. I'm gonna cut a 48-inch long board. I'm going to put it there, get us those 40 inches out, and then we're going to figure out what that angle is, cut that, and get that board placed up there. Once we have that board placed up there, we can lay out for the wall and start building the wall. So let's start by marking 48 inches. The reason I'm doing 48 inches is that's going to be the back of this wall here, and the back side of the wall I want to be able to cover with one sheet of OSB. And my toolbox is only 42 inches wide, so I should have plenty of length on that on the front side. So I'm going to put that on the corner like that. So the front piece of OSB actually goes over and overlaps that little lip that's on there. Give it a little extra for those bolt holes. And then off the front of there, we need to be 40 inches back. So let me get rid of the stock for a minute. 40 inches is to there. So I'm going to come out to about there's my 40 inches. So this board here will sit there and then come in like that. Now, the problem I see with that is my toolbox sitting in here is going to hit this beam when it opens. So let's see where we're at here. I think that's going to give me about 42 inches clear. Let me measure my toolbox real quick. All right, the toolbox is 46, so this isn't going to work. And I don't like this angle here. It's too tight. I want to kind of open up my space. So I think if I go like that, coming off the front of this beam here, 46, easily now fits on there. So I can put my toolbox here. That'll recess my toolbox a little bit. And I still like the space I've got here. I can actually bring the forklift around that corner pretty easily. So I think that's where I'll lag the wall down. Okay, because we brought the angle out a little bit further here, let me step back a little bit so you can see what we're doing here. That's going to give me a wider space on the front there. And this here, when I have this cleaned out, gives me still plenty of room to drive the forklift up in here, come around this corner here, and the forklift actually fits underneath this aisle, and I can go all the way to the end if I need to bring something heavy up to the showroom door there, or unload material, pallets of material here into that storage area there. So this gives me still a nice berth to get around here. Oh, and I've got a wood shop upstairs, and you can see right there, I can actually build projects up there, then bring the forklift in here with a pallet, put the pallet up there, put the project on the pallet, and bring it right out of there. Helps me get things to the second floor. And then here, I've got a set of doors up there, again on the second floor. When we're bringing in desks and filing cabinets and Christmas trees, we can bring those things in. All right, so here's where our wall's gonna lay out. But we want this cut parallel to that so it tucks in nice. Easiest way to do that is mark where your wall is gonna be, the angle of it. Slide out here. Find something that's straight. With the straight board I'm using is 2x4, which means it's 3.5 inches wide. So we'll take this back point and mark it out 3.5 inches from the wall. Make sure we're on our line. Lay the 2x4 tight with the wall. Draw a line. That line there is now parallel with the end of the wall. Just a really easy way to mark something, just use something else. We still stayed right here on the end with that line, that's why we moved out 3.5 inches. This means the back of this is still 48 inches. So when we put our piece of plywood on the back, our OSB on the back, it'll tuck in nice to that wall. So there we go. We're just gonna cut that off. We're gonna make another one for the top of the wall, and then we're just gonna join it with 4 12-foot 2x6s, laid out, spaced 16-inch centers. We'll probably lay the OSB on the one side to make the wall real rigid and sturdy, cut the top of it so it's 12 foot high, sheet and a half, and then we'll stand this thing up here. When you see me stand it up, I'll probably have a couple guys helping me because, well, 12-foot tall wall, 4 foot wide, made out of 2x6s and sheaths and OSB. It's gonna weigh a pound or two. Let's keep it safe. All right, so it's Friday night. It's been a long week of work, but I'm gonna start getting organized for tomorrow's big day at the warehouse. All of that stuff there needs to move over here. That desk there needs to move over. The workbench there. Everything in that pallet rack needs to move over to that pallet rack, and everything in that pallet rack needs to go away. And then all of these projects here and up here and over there and well, over there. There it is. All those guys are going to go in here like a filing cabinet. I'm going to start with getting all of this stuff here out of here. Luckily, those bags are only 50 to 60 pounds each, and there's less than 200 of them, so shouldn't be bad at all. All right, that was 15 minutes and 4 seconds in real people time. Sped up, of course, so as to not bore my audience. But somebody needs a bottle of water. That's for sure. It's about 95 degrees in the warehouse. That stuff was heavy. Each bag was 50 or 55 pounds. Yeah, that's a good little workout for James there tonight. But not done yet, folks. Let's keep going. All right, well, as you just witnessed, I've cleaned out that area. Next, this shelving unit needs to go, and then that thing there, all that needs to come off the shelf. That needs to go over there. But I think it would serve me well to sweep that up a little bit first. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we? It might have gotten a little dustier than I thought it was going to, but you know what? It's cleaned out. And it looks pretty good in here now. Over here, that area, there's a little haze still hanging in the air, but I'm gonna go wipe the sweat from my brow. Maybe grab a bottle of water. Let this calm down a little bit in here. Bay doors are open, so the dust is going out. And actually, standing behind the blower, it's not dusty at all. The dust cloud was in front of the blower. If I had it prepared a little better, I would have looked for a mask. I'll get one for tomorrow, because I'll be doing a little bit more of this tomorrow. But yeah, pretty happy with the progress tonight so far. Let me know how I'm doing. Next, we're gonna move that desk over. All right, set bottle of water in, a little snack, and I'm not too ashamed to ask. Guy over here needs a sponsorship. So Propel Water, lemon Oreos. I know you could both do it. What's there to lose? Come on. I'm a young, aspiring YouTuber needing a sponsorship. I just dropped a cookie on the floor. It doesn't matter. There's a 5-second rule, and these things are delicious. If you haven't tried the lemon Oreo, go get yourself some. Get a little snack. And these Propel Waters, I drink about 5 of those a day. So if you're doing the math, Propel, 2 12-packs a week, consider sponsor. 2 packs of these a week, sponsorship. Done. Easy. Happy guy. Think about it. Let's get back to the show. If you have the means to own a forklift and the space to operate one, there's only one question you ever ask yourself is, what color do you want? Because it's like oxygen. You got to have one of these things. My favorite tool, I've pulled bushes with this thing. I've lifted cars with this thing. We changed our trailer tires with this thing. I've straightened the body on the back bumper on the camper with this thing. Not a whole lot this thing won't do. Favorite tool in the toolbox, get yourself one. Whoop. But first, a word from our sponsor, Propel Water. I'm kidding. They don't sponsor me. Sure wish they would. It's good stuff. All right. Getting kind of late at night. Oh, I know what I can put over here. Why don't I put a compressor, my air compressor down low, and I can put a shelf above it. I might even move that 4-foot shelf over there. Let's try that. Sorry. Not sorry. don't know if I like that. Let me walk you over here. Do I like shelves? Yeah, I love having lots of shelves. This fits here. It's gonna be awkward to get things in back there. I got an air compressor. Oops. Just walked into my favorite tool, the forklift. Safety third, always put the forks on the ground, not this far up where your shins are. Ouch. I think my air compressor will in here. It'd be kind of nice to have it close by and handy. Let's go get it. This thing is a true air pig. Bought this at a yard sale in Indiana. Drug it all the way home on my wife's truck. Guy promised me, works like a charm. And it does. It's a great little air compressor. It's a Craftsman. It's a 3 horsepower. It's got a big old tank on it. But it makes a lot of compressed air. Somebody left water in it one time, condensation, and the bottom of it's got a couple little rusty holes rotted out of the tank. So one of my projects is going to be to try to take this and cut a 2-inch wide slot out of the bottom, put in a piece of plate, weld it all the way around. I don't know if that's advisable or not. Tell me if it is. I won't do it tonight. I'll wait for your comments. And she don't fit. It's a little too big. I kind of like having it over here. I think what I might do is take that shelving unit out, slide the desk all the way down that way, put my air thing right there, extend the shelf over, tie it in, make a larger workbench. Let's do that. Kind of like how that fits in there. You see that? She's gonna go. If I take this handle off of there, she'll tuck right up in there. And nice thing is, if the tank explodes, it'll take out that main support. And, well, yeah. I don't know. Tell me if I should fix that air compressor. Don't know what it would take, but it does everything. Look at your Craftsman air compressor will operate. I mean, it's going to operate everything it says. So I really want to get it working. All right, it's now Sunday afternoon. Back up here at the warehouse. Had breakfast with my buddies this morning. Time to get to work. That is where all the projects are going to go. There's where my workbench is and my compressor. You saw me set all that up. So we've moved the grout supplies down. We've moved the plumbing section down. We've got a lot of stuff moved around here. It was a long night. It was after midnight when I got home. But right now, place is a mess. I just grabbed all the pellets and I put them back inside because it was midnight and I can't leave stuff outside overnight because, well, it'll go missing. So I decided to put everything back in here. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and move everything out, and then we're going to start to put things back in hopefully a much nicer way than we have them now. So all the pellets are outside. Now, let's get rid of all this stuff here. As grout sits around a little too long, we keep open bags for touch-ups and repairs, but it's been sitting here a little too long, some of these bags. Time to get rid of them. All right, I think it's time to go through here again with the blower, get some of this dust out of here. I'm starting to make some space in here. Started to look like James's toy box over there. We've got the Lowe's tractor, I think I'll put up top for now. And then got that wagon, the little tractor trailer, stick it up there. We're gonna change an axle on it. That's one of our little projects. But then my stuff's kind of up off the floor, up where it belongs. Finish out building up this tool area over here. I'm gonna get that stove up in here, and I got a lot of moving around to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back to you guys. All right, so I cleared up this area over here. Before I bring some projects in over here though, we got this area that's kind of a little junky. I think what I'd like to do is over there by the orange railing, I'd like to put a shelving in it that we can put things like the chop saw, table saw, things we don't use every day on the job site that fill up space in the trailers. So we tend to leave them here, but want them handy to grab and just go when we need them. So I'm gonna put those things over here on this shelf. I get it. I could do that. Cool shape, neat look. But people, who's doing this on their floor? Seriously. Wow. If you like it, we got it. We got all kinds of stuff. So yeah, we still got a little bit of stuff there in the corner to get rid of, but I won't bore you with all that. I'll get going on that. Let's bring Big Earl back in here, see how that looks. All right, I think this is a great space that we have here now. Project sitting here waiting to go. All stacked up. Parts or projects. But everything's ready to go. We got tools readily available. So the next big thing we got to do is build our wall over here, and then we got to put our beam across here, and then that'll allow us to add the new lighting just to make the shots a little bit brighter and make it a little bit easier to work in here. So there you go. That is shop organization part 1. There will be a part 2. I've got a lot of exciting ideas for tool storage, for putting extra tools in here, for just actually adding some more projects in here. And we've got a lot of exciting projects coming. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, sharing, commenting. The comments are awesome. I love responding to the comments. Thank you guys. Yeah, it's a week later. I'm still drinking my Propel. I love this stuff. Especially when it's 100 degrees in here, or better.